it will be posted on the GIVCS website. So if you don't want to have your face, you don't want to be recognized during the meeting, just have your video off, and that's okay. So sit back, relax, enjoy, have a cup of coffee, drink or something. And this is the program, today's program, and it will run for 2 hours, and I will try to be on time, especially for this side of the world, because it's 10 p.m. here. And I might just ask Katia to give a welcome message to everyone.
Thank you, Chiara. Hello, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here today. This amazing group. We have 45 people already, Chiara. Congratulations. Welcome, everyone. As Chiara said, I'm the leading, the coordinator, I don't know the exact name, of GIVCS. I received this incredible dirt from Maria Lúcia Verdandagli. It was a challenge that we are facing, and we are working hard to work on this animal cancer surveillance, because we believe that is very important, not only for the animals, but for humans and environmental health as one health approach. Okay. I will present myself very fast. I'm affiliated professor of veterinary epidemiology at the University of Porto, but I studied at the University of São Paulo with Malu. I graduated there and did my master there. My way was on animal oncology. So it's my passion. It's very, very glad to see you all. GIVCS started at 2019 in a meeting in São Paulo. It was great. We could join several pathologists, several researchers, and we started this path, okay, with a lot of challenge. And it's very nice to see you all here. So congratulations, Chiara, for this initiative in Australia. It's amazing. Congratulations. And welcome all. I will pass the word to the Malu, that's the president of GIVCS. She will explain a little bit of the history of GIVCS. Thank you so much.
Maria.
Malu, you can go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. It is so nice to be here and to see you all this Saturday morning, afternoon, or evening to this satellite GIVCS symposium that has been wonderfully organized by Chiara and by Katia. So it's a pleasure, of course, to be here and to talk a little bit about the history of the GIVCS. And I will share my screen. Well, the aim of this presentation is to make you meet the GIVCS. GIVCS is all about cancers, and the definition of cancers has changed over the years. And I think that the most recent one is the one proposed by Siddhartha Mukherjee, who said, of course, that cancer is the emperor of all maladies. So we all know, if you read this book, you know what cancer is, and it is a huge problem all over the world. As you can see in this world map that has been produced by the World Health Organization. So you can see the darker, the blue, it's the highest incidence rates of cancer in the world. This is a human map. And you can see that, for example, United States, Australia, here, Oceania, Europe, all have high incidence rates of cancers. And for example, Brazil, South America is an intermediate incidence. So how it is possible to do this worldwide, to discover worldwide what is the incidence of cancer in all continents. So this is a very important question. And the answer is that there is the World Health Organization and the International Agency for Research on Cancer have created the Global Cancer Observatory, in which, if you enter in this website, you can in real time discover the incidence of cancer today, what will be the expectative for tomorrow cancer over time. So you can discover many things about cancers. And you know, this is a very nice initiative, but very difficult one. And also, the World Health Organization and International Agency for Research on Cancer have created the Global Initiative for Cancer Registry Development that indeed made it possible to have the Global CAN website and to inform frequently and continuously about cancer incidence in the world and in the several continents. And this has been also possible because there is one association, the International Association of Cancer Registries. Of course, they foster the creation of cancer registries all over the world, and they teach how to create a cancer registry and how to keep these cancer registries active, which is something indeed very difficult, and it must be something continuous, and you must have many people to work on these cancer registries. But indeed, as you saw in that map, and all Global CAN has been doing, that it is possible to do this, and it's being done for human beings, and this is fantastic. Well, and what about in the animal kingdom? What do we have here? Is it important to study cancers in the animal kingdom? What is the importance, right? I would like to share with you this very ancient but very important paper that has been published in this French journal, Recueil de Médecine Vétérinaire, in 1858. You may know that the schools of veterinary medicine have started in the world in the 18th century. And this is one, if not the first, but one of the first studies about cancers in animals. So it is research on animal cancers. So they described all cancer types that they had at that time in the school of Alfort in Paris. So it is a very interesting paper that has been written by Maurice Leblanc, in August 1858, and it is available in the literature for you to read. And at that time, it was also possible to see that the dogs were the champions. The dogs had most cancers than any other species, even in the 19th century. And this is true until now. This is a French veterinarian that shared this picture in the internet. So it is very interesting and very representative of what I want to tell you today about animal and human cancers. So as you all may know, the genome sequence, canine genome sequence has been released in 2005. And since then many papers have been released talking about the importance of the canine genome, and the dog has emerged as an important species for the study of comparative oncology because of many similarities between the canine genome and the human genome. You all may know this. And so we focus on the dog as when we think about comparative studies. But not only the dog, but because there are so many other species that we can approach and that can serve as to compare cancers with human cancers, and from which we can learn a lot. This is a paper from 2016 that describes a meeting that happened at that year to discuss in the National Academy of Medicine to discuss the comparative oncology and what could be done in this field. And the National Cancer Institute in the United States created in the beginning of the year 2000, the Comparative Oncology Program, which is dedicated to improving cancer treatment through novel human tissue models and new treatment paradigms. And this Comparative Oncology Program started with Chand Khanna and Melissa Paoloni as the leaders in the 2005, around 2005, and they really developed a very good job comparing canine cancers with cancers in children, mostly osteosarcomas. So very nice studies from this comparative oncology program. And now Amy LeBlanc replaced Chand Khanna in the comparative oncology program at the NIH NCI. And she's doing a nice job saying that continuing to study canine cancers. And this is a recent paper that she has published. It is another LeBlanc, right? Because there was LeBlanc that published the first study in 1858, and this is another LeBlanc which is shining. And she's doing a very nice job. She has been studying many cancer types, and she's dedicating mostly nowadays on central nervous system tumors in comparison to human tumors. And of course, she's saying that we can improve human cancer therapy through the evaluation of pet dogs. That, of course, they share the environment with us, so it is quite possible to study. It's a lot possible to study the environment, environmental causes of cancer, if they are related to canine cancers, and also if they also influence the incidence of human cancers. So this is another important topic that we can think about when we explore this comparative oncology. And in a recent, very recent paper in this journal, 2021, the authors wanted to know what animal cancers teach us about human biology. And it is a very interesting paper. And they show this table. It is a mathematic relative cancer risk, because they don't have information, real information on all these cancers, on all these species. So they do mathematical relative cancer risks versus real world observations in various mammalian species. This Etruscan shrew, it is the smallest mammalian in the world, no, and it has a 7.65 according to their relative cancer risk. They have 7.65 percent cancer rate, and this has been described in a paper as they show in this review. And also they put here a comparison between human cancers, you know, and cancers in other species. And we see that, for example, in humans, it is 31%, no, the cancer rate. And we see that in dogs, we see here 23%. And others, it is below in the humans is immediately the dogs. But we see the incidence of cancers also in other wild animals, and these animals should also be in our view. We cannot forget these other wild animals that can also teach us a lot about cancers. And including this one, which is a very interesting animal, it is the naked mole rat, you all may know. And it is it has a very low prevalence and incidence of cancers. This animal has been used to study the mechanisms of cancer resistance, and all these mechanisms can be probably translated to the human situation. And Dr. Selvanov is the leader in these studies, which are very interesting. Talking about the global initiative for veterinary cancer surveillance, I put the picture of my cat here just to show that it has the same colors of the the website of the Global Initiative for Veterinary Cancer Surveillance. Her name is Pandora, and she's gray with yellow eyes, just to call your attention to this fact. And the Global Initiative for Veterinary Cancer Surveillance aims to create a coordinated multi-institutional approach to join the dispersed efforts worldwide. So the efforts are dispersed, and the GIVCS wants to join these efforts, acting to set joint global priorities to study veterinary cancer epidemiology. These are the aims of the GIVCS. And Katia Pinello and the others have been other participants of the GIVCS are concerned with the animal cancer registries, because as I told you at the beginning, they are very important to have, for us to have real numbers of the animal cancers all over the world. So some initiatives, some animal cancer registries exist all over the world. Some are working actively and some not quite actively, but the GIVCS aims to foster the creation and the maintenance of animal cancer registries all over the world, so that we can have global incidences of cancers and prevalence of cancers in animals. So it's also an aim of GIVCS to collect all this information and to produce maps. The one dream is to produce maps like the one we saw for human cancer cases. How did it start? Very briefly, the idea of the GIVCS started during the World Veterinary Cancer Congress that happened in Brazil, in Foz do Iguaçu, in May 2016. The WVCC is a meeting that has been organized by the veterinary cancer societies, like ABROVET, the Brazilian Association of Veterinary Oncology, the VCS in the United States, the ESVONC from Europe, and the Japanese Veterinary Oncology Society. I'm sure that there are other veterinary cancer societies in the world now, and the Mexican one, the one from Chile, and the Slovak that must join this WVCC so that it can be really a World Veterinary Cancer Congress. But the one organized in the GIVCS idea started in the one that has been organized in Brazil in May 2016. And this is Dr. Johan de Vos that had the idea to start something like this, and talking with Joyce Pires de Carvalho. At that moment, she was a student, scientific initiation student, a veterinary student, and she, together with Dr. De Vos, proposed the idea of creating global collection, global system to collect cancer information from animals. And it was the right place and time to create that. But unfortunately, Dr. De Vos died in 2017. And Katia, fortunately, continued with this idea and bravely took this initiative on, and of course created the website, and we are now she's now leading this initiative. So what are the GIVCS goals? To promote international collaborations in animal cancer surveillance and research. Also, to create a consensus on and foster the establishment of standardized methods for animal cancer reporting. And third, to provide an inclusive channel to exchange information between veterinary cancer registries. So it's all about an initiative to foster the creation of cancer registries, and so that we can know what is the real incidence and prevalence of cancers in animals. And also other initiatives like Katia and the others will tell you during this meeting. Former meetings, we had a meeting, the first GIVCS meeting happened in Brazil in October 7 and 8, 2019. And many We had many participants. And last year, due to the pandemics, we had this meeting online, the same dates. And 114 attendants participated of this from several countries participated of this meeting. And the idea is to continue with this so that we can have good news and good results with cancer, veterinary cancer epidemiology. Right? I would like, after all, to thank, of course, Katia Pinello and Chiara Palmieri for organizing this wonderful meeting, and wish you all a good event. Wish that you learn a lot with these people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. I'm just asking if there is any questions about the GIVCS activity. As I said before, we can have questions now or at the end of the presentation, especially if there are people, I think, interested in joining the group and they want to learn more about the activities and initiatives that Maria and Katia are organizing within the GIVCS. So is there anyone in the audience with questions? Otherwise, you can just digest what Maria said and maybe think about the questions until the end of the today's symposium. And I'm just following up from what Maria said before. There are many activities that Maria and Katia are leading and coordinating within this group. And today we are just presenting two of the initiatives that we've been working on and we are going to promote in the next few months. One is led by UQ because it was part of a grant application, a UQ seed funding scheme in order to foster collaboration with overseas institutions. And another one is like GIVCS baby, I think. I must say that it's a GIVCS baby. So Maria and Katia will talk about that later. And it's about launching the veterinary cancer calling. So I'm starting with the first initiative so that you can get an understanding of the activities that we are going to promote thanks to the UQ Global Engagement and Partnership seed funding scheme. And how I've organized this talk is just giving you a brief overview of this particular project and then presenting my partners in crime. So all the others partners that are involved in coordinating these activities. So all of them will give, each of them will give a short presentation. Few of them are not attending today, but they have recorded videos. So you will still see them and you will watch the videos, and hopefully the videos are working because they were a bit heavy. And so I may just start with like sharing this presentation with the just briefly talking about the UQ Global Engagement and Global Strategy and Partnership Seed Funding Scheme. Basically, within UQ, there is a branch, let's say, UQ Global Engagement, that is the office fostering collaborations between UQ and partners institutions. UQ has identified few premier emerging partners, And we've been very lucky to get funds last year, at the end of last year, through this seed funding scheme. That is an initiative to support expanded collaboration between UQ and these research partners, providing financial support for innovative joint activities that could be workshop, training courses, seminars. It used to be a scheme funding travel, but we can't travel, at least not now. So we're trying to still be in contact and to create this network, a virtual network, with the aim then to expand collaborations with other partner institutions. So again, this seed funding scheme is just to build a network and people and collaborations. We have secure funding on the project on cancer surveillance, veterinary cancer surveillance, and oncoepidemiology. And we are going to use these funds to create developmental opportunities in the field of veterinary cancer registration and coding and cancer epidemiology, and I'm highlighting open to everyone. So since one of the big mission of GIVCS is to be open to everyone, every training courses, workshops that we are going to organize will be within, under the umbrella of the GIVCS activities, and they're not limited to just to the partners involved in this project, but everyone interested in veterinary cancer registration or coding and cancer epidemiology will be welcome to join these activities. So it's really using these funds to consolidate a network of people interested in cancer surveillance in companion animals. We started to talk about this project in January this year, and all the activities need to be finalized by July 2022. So we have enough time to have some beautiful network opportunities that are accessible to everyone. So all the people that we have, you can see on this slide, are the emerging, the UQ emerging and or premier partners. So I will say that these people are those coordinating the activities, but then we'll be very happy to have everyone on board with these activities. So I'm just going to present them. So we have Renee from Brazil, Maria, and you know already her, from Brazil as well, Victor and Fernando from Chile, Franco from the University of Zurich in Switzerland, Katja Steiger from the Technical University of Munich in Germany. Then Katja is our coordinator of the GIVCS activities. So she's heavily involved in all the workshops and training courses that we are going to organize. Then we have people from Indonesia, Andreas and Dia, and Nguyen and Dewey from the Nong Lam University in Vietnam, and finally myself and Ricardo from the University of Queensland. What we want to do in, let's say, in 12 months is to organize a training workshop on cancer registration and cancer epidemiology, another training workshop on veterinary cancer coding. People will learn through those two training workshops, what does it mean to have a good cancer registration in place and how to apply the cancer coding. And then next year, we are going to organize the GIVCS annual conference, and there will be invited speakers, abstracts, and oral communications. And also these funds will be used to have social media platforms in place. So there will be dedicated social media accounts for the GIVCS so that we can reach as many people as we can. So this is an overview of this project that is led by the UQ side, but we are all co-leading those activities. And there will be many messages on the GIVCS website and the social media in the upcoming months about all those activities. Now, I just want to give the opportunity to all the partners involved to talk about what they are who they are, and what they are doing, or what they want to do in the field of veterinary cancer registration, and why we are all working together in order to have a big international group on veterinary cancer surveillance. The first one talking is myself, not because I want to talk first, but it's easier just to follow that. So I'm not jumping back and forth. And so myself and Riccardo, and I'm always joking with him because it's difficult to pronounce his last name. So I may give it a go. But we are both from the School of Veterinary Science of the University of Queensland. So I'm Chiara Palmieri, and I'm a veterinary pathologist. And Riccardo Soares Magalhães is associate professor in population health and biosecurity from the same school. And so we are working together and we are complementing each other. So there is pathology and epidemiology working together. This is our school in the Gatton campus, that it's not in Brisbane, but it's 1 hour driving far from Brisbane. So we are based in Australia, and we have just in the last few months just worked together in order to create a big group on One Health surveillance and analytics. So this research unit within the school has 3 critical domains. One is big data, epidemiology, epidemiological design and modeling. Another one is pathology, especially cancer. And then we have Dr. Nick Clark on ecological modeling and genomics. So what we want to do is just leading research activities in the One Health surveillance and analytics space. For example, we have now, so Riccardo and myself are supervising an honor student, and I know that she's joined us today, who is working on mapping canine lymphoma in cases in Australia using clinical records from the Vet Campus database and linking those cases with environmental data and human data. So we are starting now, and I must say, we started actually this year to think about all the activities and potential activities that we can do in the space of veterinary cancer surveillance. And we have been very lucky to secure some funds from the Australian Research Data Commons to create, for the first time, the Australian Companion Animal Registry of Cancer that Riccardo, who is very creative, called a carcinome, and it's a very nice acronym. So what we want to do until May 2023 is to really create an animal registry collecting data on cancer in companion animals from the different Australian states, and then creating a central repository to evaluate trends and patterns in animal cancer, cancer risk mapping, and for comparative studies. This project is possible because we are not just us, but we have created a partnership with the University of Sydney, Adelaide University, James Cook University, that is in the north, Murdoch University in Western Australia, and 2 commercial pathology labs, IDEX and Gribbles. And also in our research team, we have the coordinator of the Human Australian Cancer Atlas. So she might give so many information about what to do in order to have a reliable tool for cancer mapping and registration in companion animals. So we are starting now. So I can't really tell you how it's going, but just to let you know that maybe at the end of those 2 years and a half, we can create a nice network of people within Australia and help other people to do the same in other countries. So we can just make our experience available to everyone who might be interested in learning about our project. And if you want to have more details on what we are doing, there is media news on the Australian Research Data Commons website as well. So this is from me. And then I will ask if you have questions just to talk at the end of all the presentations, or if you want just to have some curiosity about those different projects. I might just ask Renee to talk about herself a bit more. And I do have your presentation, so I might be able to run it. Renee, do you want to talk?
Okay, yeah. Do you have a presentation?
Yeah, it's running now. Can you see it?
Hi, Chiara. Can you hear me?
It's a bit, you're breaking up a bit.
Connection. Hi, Chiara. Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay,
yeah.
Now it's better.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Renee Laufer Amorim. I'm from Brazil. I'm a professor at São Paulo State University. I'm a veterinary pathologist here, and I work at School of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science in Botucatu, São Paulo, which is the red spot in the left side in the map in São Paulo State, which is a small city. Yeah, thanks, Chiara. And close to it, that's the picture of our vet school. So actually, now I'm the coordinator of the veterinary medicine graduation course, and we're celebrating our 40th anniversary. So it's a long way, and I'm really glad to be here. And thank Chiara, UK, Katja, and Malu, and all other for being here and being part of this project. So next one, Chiara, thanks, please. Okay.
Yeah, it's on.
So I've been helping with the group working in the end. The future goal that the group has, and I'm more than happy to be part of it, is to work in comparative oncology studies in a One Health approach. So I think what we all want, and not the end, but in the future, is so we can have more data on animal cancer to compare to human biobank with samples, and maybe even cell lines, and we can do multicentric clinical trials to do this comparative aspect of research in oncology. That's what I really enjoy doing. So I want to thank you all, and I'm open to questions. So this is just a brief presentation, and my daily basis, I'm a vet pathologist, so I love to work with cancer. I am one of those persons that's, wow, how beautiful. And I hope the owners and the oncologists, they don't hear me at a microscope, because the ugliest for the dog, we think it's really nice. So I think I'm a good person to love cancer. Thank you all.
Thanks, Renee. We lost you at some point, but that's just the few sentences.
Oh, I'm sorry. The internet connection was stable until I started to talk. But that's the word now.
That's okay. Thank you very much, Renee. And now it's Maria's turn. Maria, do you have some slides that you want to share?
I do.
Okay,
Just
so yeah, that's okay.
Just a moment. I'm going to share my screen. Sorry. Can you see it now? Yep. Well, I don't know if you have heard about it, but I work at the School of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science of the University of São Paulo. As you may know, our vet school is one of the 400 vet schools that exist in Brazil at this moment. No, Renee? Renee knows about this. And it is very, our profession is very well represented with this more than 400 vet schools in our country. And we have, our university has 8 campi, 88 units, and 52 teaching units and 48 libraries. And we have so far almost 100,000 students when we combine undergrad students and postgrad students, and around 83,000 undergrad students, and around 6,000 professors, 13,000 technical administrative personnel. And our vet school is a 100-year-old school. It started in 1919. And in 2019, it celebrated our 100 years. We had a big party. And it is well qualified in international rankings, fortunately, because it is a big university and one of the oldest in Brazil. This is the website of our vet school. We have here the rankings, and this is around the administrative chart. We have 6 departments. We have museums and library. We have a veterinary hospital, which has services linked to the departments. It is a very big hospital that receives many cases per year, many new cases. And we currently have 108 professors and 2,051 staff. And you see that most of our students are females. And we have graduate courses in several areas. And we are also linked to one graduate course on biotechnology. And this is the veterinary hospital. This is some structures that we have in another campus of our university in the city of Pirassununga, which is 200 kilometers far from São Paulo. So the students have classes in both in the campus of São Paulo and in the campus of Pirassununga, and it is a big farm where they can learn about large animals, horses and pigs and other breedings. And they can live really the country life. We have more than 80 research labs in our vet school, and it has been accredited by the Federal Council of Veterinary Medicine. And now we are looking for international accreditation of our vet school by the European Association of Establishments of Veterinary European Association of Establishments for Veterinary Education. And we are looking for this accreditation. Well, of course, I did my postdoc at the International Agency for Research on Cancer from 1997 for 2000. And then there I had the opportunity to see what this IARC was doing in the field of cancer epidemiology. And when I came back to my university, I started thinking, how could I do something similar? And then I found this student who is Marcelo Tedardi, who did his master's dissertation, whose master's dissertation was to create an animal cancer registry in the state of São Paulo. So Marcelo created the system collecting information from all veterinary hospitals from the city of São Paulo, and he produced a nice dissertation. And then Marcelo started another undergrad course on information technology. And I couldn't find anyone else to take care of this animal cancer registry of São Paulo. So that's why I said it is so important to continue this activity, to have people really engaged in this activity. And now we are gonna do a partnership with Katia in Portugal to bring to São Paulo the Vet-OnConnect, which is a very nice system which can collect information from animal cancers. From she started in Portugal, but she can really take care and get information from other parts of the world. So I hope and I'm sure this partnership will be very productive. And Marcelo will soon start his PhD, probably also involved in cancer surveillance, and he will continue his activity. So that's what I had to say. Thank you, and it is really an honor to be part of GIVCS, and hope many other people can join. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maria. So the tumor registry in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, is one of the very well established tumor registry. So it's very good to have someone who has already gone through the pain of developing
yes.
a cancer registry.
Indeed.
As many others, like, for example, even Franco from Switzerland and Katia Pinello from Portugal. So it's very good to have someone who can tell us what's working and what's not working at the end.
It is true. Vet on Connect is the solution, Chiara.
Yeah. I'm now
Thank you,
going ahead with Katja Steiger from the Technical University of Munich.
Yes.
Actually, she has to share the presentation, so I don't know why I'm sharing again mine. So you can share your presentation now.
Thank you, Chiara. Do you see it?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah, so just to come back to what Maria has said before, so I also noted that maybe, Katja, we should also talk about Vet-OnConnect for Germany. I already contacted someone, so because we don't have a veterinary cancer registry in Germany, and I think it might be really relevant. Yeah, so now I'm Katja Steiger from Technical University of Munich, and as you have seen before, the most of the other partners are coming from veterinary medicine. I'm a veterinary pathologist by training, but I'm not working in a veterinary department. I'm working in a, let's see how it, in a human medicine department. I'm part of the TUM, Technical University of Munich, which itself calls the Entrepreneurial University. It has 15 schools and departments, 45,000 students around, and we are very proud that we have 17 Nobel laureates, mainly in chemistry, physics, and medicine, which shows that our major focus is natural science. And the major focus of the TUM is to provide research and innovation. So we are very dedicated to develop applications for our research. And as I said, I'm part of the TUM School of Medicine, so human medicine, which is situated in the middle of Munich. Most of you will probably know Munich in the southern part of Germany. Beautiful, but very expensive city. So that's our campus, really very much near the Isar, so beautifully located, but we are always fighting about space because it's really in the middle of a large city. The School of Medicine belongs to the University Hospital Klinikum Rechts der Isar with 33 clinical departments, and they are seeing 300,000 patients per year, which is quite a lot. Our School of Medicine is quite young, so one of the youngest in Germany, was founded in 1967, and our major focus areas are oncology, which is fine for me, but also neuroscience and inflammation. So, and as I mentioned, I'm a veterinary pathologist, but I'm working in the Institute of Pathology, which is the service, the pathology service provider for the University Hospital of Human Medicine. We have 22 surgical pathologists, so human pathologists, including neuropathology. And we have also a very strong focus on molecular pathology, which is also shown on the next slide. We are seeing 40,000 cases per year in the conventional pathology unit, which is really comparable to veterinary pathology in what we are looking for, but we also having a very strong molecular pathology unit, which is, I think, quite different to veterinary medicine, where this is not included into the routine diagnostic scheme. But this gives me the opportunity, or gave me the opportunity, to learn a lot, especially in this molecular pathology field. And that's also where I come from, or how I got in contact to the GIVCS. So I'm head of two core unit structures, the comparative experimental pathology and also the tissue bank in our institute. So what we are mainly doing is compare animal model diseases to human diseases with a very strong focus. So more than 70% of our projects are dealing with oncology questions. Yeah, I'm mainly, so my main job description is to do the comparative morphomolecular characterization of the classical animal models which we have, so which means rodents, but also pigs. But as I'm really a dedicated veterinary pathologist, I also started to work a lot on spontaneous diseases in companion animals as a model, or yeah, that we can really compare our animal diseases to what we are seeing in humans. And this is also, yeah, one of the major tasks of GIVCS. And so we are having cancer registries in human medicine, as you have seen before. So I think to enable us to talk in one language, it's really important to have something like the Vet-ICD, which is, yeah, one of the major things we have developed over the last years. So with this, I'm at the end, and I'm always open to questions.
Okay, thank you, Katja. I think that we'll get to the questions at the end of all the presentations, and it's very nice to see someone who is working on the, even trying to talk to the human side and steal information from the human side.
Yes.
Because the comparative approach is really what we want to achieve at the end of the story. I mean, yeah.
And I think that's also what we need.
Yes.
So and what I think, unfortunately, is not really existing, not in Germany, not in Europe, and I don't think even if you are looking worldwide, there are not many institutions where it's really connected,
Yes.
So that's why I'm also glad that I have this position, and we are 5 veterinary pathologists working there. So I think we can distribute this a little bit.
Thank you very much, Katja. And I'm resharing my screen now because we are listening to the video from Franco Buscetti is a veterinary pathologist from the University of Zurich. Unfortunately, she couldn't make the meeting today, but it was very nice for him to send a recording. So we're listening all together to like this presentation.
Hello to everybody. I am a veterinary pathologist at the Institute of Veterinary Pathology of the University of Zurich. My main focus of interest is in oncology. I have been interested in the role of apoptosis in cancer in pets, and recently I have started looking more globally into the path to discover therapeutic vulnerabilities, but also to develop better tumor classification tools. Last but not least, I am involved in biobanking and cancer registration. In this brief presentation, I will give an overview on the development of our cancer surveillance tool, the Swiss Canine and Feline Cancer Registry. Our registry is a secondary data collection based on diagnostic records of 3 major diagnostic pathology labs in Switzerland, which allows for routine data-based studies. It contains data from 1955 to present. They are based on different pathological examination methods, such as postmortem, biopsies, and cytology. Coding is based on topographical and morphological ICDO system. The data has been analyzed from a veterinary, medical, and a geographic perspective. Just a small comment on the coding following the ICDO3. While you using this system, we have experienced, like others, the problems associated with using a human-tailored system to code animal cancers. And these problems have been a major reason leading to the creation of the Veterinary ICD system presented today. One slide on the work done in cats so far. Initial exploratory studies from the period between 1955 and 2008, and including over 18,000 tumors, 80% of which malignant, from over 51,000 cats, have provided a wealth of data on relative frequencies of tumor types and locations affected. Multiple logistic regression models have revealed the influence of factors like sex, uterine status, age, breed, and year on tumor development. While confirming several previously described risk factors, the large number of samples allowed to unveil previously unrecognized risk factors. We also could study more closely the evolution over time of the occurrence of specific cancer syndromes, such as the feline injury dysfunction. Basically, very similar work was done in parallel in dogs, including 67,000 tumors with a smaller portion of malignant tumors, about 47%, out of samples from over 121,000 dogs. In addition, in this species, a small early study provided data on the evolution of breed preferences over the years in Switzerland. But actually, a major improvement has derived from the introduction in 2007 of the mandatory official registration of dogs in Switzerland. The consequence is that we now can determine population-based tumor incidence rates, which was done for cutaneous tumor in one study, providing a useful reference for breeders. Another major area of investigation are the issues related to the geographical distribution that were addressed in two studies, basically providing tools for a spatiotemporal type of analysis, which will be used in future studies. Ongoing studies comprise an analysis of the incidences of non-cutaneous tumors between 2008 and 2020, and a study on incidences and outcomes of cutaneous mast cell tumors in retriever breeds, as well as a comparative human versus canine study on the spatio-temporal incidence of cancer hotspots in a defined geographical area. We really hope that this study will help us to come closer to the goal of exploiting the dogs as sentinels of environmentally driven cancers. For the future, we aim at expanding datasets and widening the scope of the registry. We strive for the continued participation of involved laboratories and try to motivate further laboratories to join. On our side, we participate to international initiatives like the GIVCS, for example, for developing the standardized coding system, or the present initiative of the University of Queensland. Further step we are thinking of include maybe to extend data sets to further important conditions like inflammation, which are relevant to cancer, to initiate data exchange with clinicians and practitioners, and maybe also with the dog owners in the sense of citizen science. But these are really just ideas for the moment. That's actually all from my side. I thank you for your attention.
Okay.
Hello to everybody.
Oh, sorry. So I think that the experience of the Swiss Cancer Registry is very useful because it's one of the largest collection of cancer data in dogs and cats. And it's a great example of the level of information, depth of information that we can get, even just taking a look at the retrospective archived samples. It's a pleasure to have Frank on board because he has been working for many years now on cancer registration. So he has a lot of experience in this space too. Now it's time to go to Chile, and we have Fernando. Yeah.
You need to stop your sharing to allow.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just introducing them. Fernando Mardones and Victor Cubillos from the Pontifical Technical University of Chile.
Thank you, Chiara, and thank you for all the that we have been working together for this initiative. And what I will show is our initiatives in Chile. Now I can share, I believe. And we are at the Pontifical Catholic University in Santiago, Chile. Our university, our school is brand new, actually. It's just started 2 years ago, but the university is very old. It's since 1888 when it started the university, and they decided to merge or create this new School of Veterinary Medicine by the effort of the Faculty of Medicine, the Faculty of Biological Sciences, and the Faculty of Agronomy and Forestry Engineer. So it's kind of a new concept of veterinary medicine, of course, well aligned with the concept of One Health. Now, what I will show here is what we have done in Chile related with the epidemiology of cancer in companion animals. And this is a group led by myself and Victor Cubillos, the director of the school, and I am an epidemiologist, but also with students. That's the nice feature of that. We have our students and their names there, very involved in an initiative that I will show you here too. But there are also researchers and of course our clinical director, Pablo Lillo, another postdoc associated with this. By the way, Victor Cubillos, who is here also in the meeting, is an alumni from Queensland University and one of the first PhD student from there. The thing is that in Chile, cancer is really an unknown. We have an estimated population of dogs and cats, about 5 million, for a whole country population of 17 million people. And the frequency, types, and risk factor for cancer are unknown, and this is one of the things that we want to understand. Very early research in 1986, imagine this, we're showing some of the most important cancer in dogs and cats, some of the mammary carcinoma in dogs, adenoma, lymphoma, and lipoma as well, and cats, a different situation. So what we are doing, we just started the first national survey for responsible ownership of pets. One of the questions that we have is if your dog and cat had experienced cancer. So we thought that was the very first starting point. And so far, we have about 150,000 of surveys from owners, and we are targeting 3,000 3,000 responses. So far, you know, it's very basic. The question is, you are aware of your dog and cat has cancer or not? We thought that, well, that was the first step, and we have so far 1,112 reports, which give us something like 79 cases per 10,000 dogs. We have a social media on Instagram and also on Twitter, and we have full government support. So this is our first, it's ongoing right now, and we finish this by the end of September. We will share this to you, of course, to spread the news. But in addition with that, we have this initiative from our students, and this is called EpiCat. So since we will know the responses from the whole country, then we are expecting to target all those owners that reported that they had cancers, to go into more detailed epidemiological questionnaire. So once we, on that stage, we will try to understand more specific details about the owners and the animals, and then going to the stage number 2, which is something that is more like an formal epidemiological study on cases and controls based on those questionnaires that we will receive. This has support from Purina, but also government support and sponsorship, and the College of Veterinary Medicine from the country. What we are thinking is that in the next 6 months, we will have results. For the first time in our country, we will have results for the whole country and for more specific, for those specific cancer that we will target. And of course, the first step is to disseminate results and start to make stakeholders workshop. We need international collaboration. We are new on this. We have the expertise, of course, but you know, everything that we have mentioned in this meeting is something that we really want to build, and we need to keep tight working on all these aspects, because that's the way that we need to work right now. Of course, the One Health is very important. We believe that sentinel surveillance for cancer in animals are important for looking at cancer in humans. The good news is that we work together with the Faculty of Medicine, and with their guidance also, we are trying to understand much better the epidemiology of cancer in our animals and humans as well. So Chiara and the team, thank you so much. This is our contact information in case that you want to continue, of course, working together, and we appreciate the timing for showing our initiative from Chile. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fernando. And like, your presentation is also an example of how we can use all these partners that we have on GIVCS to get some ideas. And the question would be, for example, how did you start doing it? Or how did you think about having this survey? And this question, like, I mean, everyone attending today or every people interested in cancer surveillance can ask those type of questions to all of us involved at different level in veterinary cancer registration. They can ask you to, for example, how did you start with your survey? Or Maria, how she started with Sao Paulo Cancer Registry, or Katia from Portugal with Vet-Onconet, or myself and Ricardo with the carcinoma. Because to be honest, it's difficult to start. And so sharing this information might be useful for everyone, for all the people, researchers, scientists, vets, or epidemiologists who are interested in this field, but they don't know what to do. So it's really interesting, even for myself, to listen to all those presentations and then think about, oh, what I can do next. And maybe I need to talk to Fernando because I want to know more about that, what's going on in Chile. So thank you very much for this presentation. And then we had,
just adding, that's the soul of GIVCS. What we are having today here is the soul, what we fought some years ago. So it's amazing. Congratulations. Sorry for this interruption.
No, that's okay. We have other 2 partners in this project, and I'm really happy to present them because they said to me, oh, you know, in Asian countries, it's very, very hard to start something on veterinary cancer. So having people from Long Lang University, and then we'll listen to the presentation of people from the University of Indonesia, it's really, really a win, I think, for our project. So we have Nguyen Van Na, and the pronunciation, I think that it's not correct, I believe, and Duy Du Tien from the Long Lang University in Vietnam. And UQ has a long history of collaboration, even in teaching with Long Lang University. And I have, again, a video about them, and I'm happy to share this presentation now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Chiara. This is an honor for me to be a representative of Long Lang University to introduce to you about Long Lang University and veterinary cancer surveillance in Vietnam. Firstly, I would like to say thanks Dr. Chiara and Dr. Maria as gave Long Lang University a chance to join this symposium and have a chance to make friends, have a chance to collaborate with the partner and with all of you. So let me introduce to you Long Lang University and veterinary cancer surveillance in Vietnam. Long Lang University, established in 1955 and located in Ho Chi Minh City, is one of the top agricultural universities in Vietnam. There are around 14,000 full-time students at NLU. We currently have more than 50 training programs covering a wide range of science and technology disciplines. The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science was established in 1955. It's one of the biggest faculties of Long Lang University and is the country's center in animal science and veterinary medicine education research. Currently, the faculty consists of 56 staff members, of which 48 are teaching staff, 8 supporting staff, clinicians. And the faculty have 6 departments: veterinary clinical sciences, veterinary biosciences, veterinary infectious diseases and public health, animal nutrition, animal productions, animal breeding. The faculty trains undergraduate, master, and doctoral degrees in both majors, veterinary science and animal sciences. There are around 2,000 undergraduate and 100 postgraduate students. The Asian University Network presented a certificate to Bachelors of Veterinary Medicine of Long Lang University in 2018. Since 2010, the faculty has been in collaboration with School of Veterinary Science, University of Queensland, Australia, to train the veterinary students under the advanced program. The curriculum of this program inherits 80% curriculum of the School of Veterinary Science, University of Queensland. Until now, there are over 60 lecturers from around the world visited NLU and top students. So we are happy to welcome you to visit our school to teach our students. So next, I would like to introduce to you about veterinary cancer surveillance in Vietnam. The current situation, Vietnam is a low middle income country. The current population of Vietnam is 98 million. And 20% of Vietnam households, or around 5 million families, are a pet, with around 7.5 million pet dogs. In animal clinical practice, the tumor or cancer cases increases, but animal cancer that are missing. And Vietnam don't have animal cancer policies, don't have animal cancer plans, monitoring, and surveillance, and also don't have animal cancer registry. The number of pathologists with sufficient knowledge and skill related to the diagnosis and treatment of animal cancers is not enough. The problems in cancer diagnosis in Vietnam is modern techniques for immunohistochemistry and molecular analysis is still limited. So the accuracy of space pathology testing are still challenges. The results inappropriate treatment and delays in starting treatment. The clinics do not have access to any radiotherapy treatment facilities. So in the future, I hope that we can cooperate in research or training to improve knowledge of lecturers, staff, practitioners, and improve the efficacy of diagnosis, treatment of animal cancers. Establishing tumor or cancer incidence study in pet animals estimates animal cancer mortality rate in Vietnam. And evaluating the role of risk factors of animal cancer, also building animal cancer registries. However, there are still challenges which include resources and improving the partnership for animal cancer surveillance. Thank you very much for your attention. Best wishes to all of you and have a successful symposium. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It was a really interesting presentation. And I don't know if anyone has a comment on that, because I think it shows that how many opportunities of collaborations and networking and how they can be useful in those countries that are experiencing many challenges, even just to get data. So it's nice to have these people on board, just to get an understanding even of the reality in other countries, in which doing like a veterinary cancer registration may be even more challenging than other countries or than our countries. The last presentation of the partners involved in the UQ project is from Andreas Van Dang. Andreas has been studying at the University of Queensland as a master's student a few years ago. And now he's working at the University of Brawijaya in Indonesia. And together with Dia Ayu Oktiviane are the two Indonesian partners involved in the UQ project. And I'm sharing now a presentation from Andreas.
Hi everyone, my name is Andreas Bandarabian, and at the moment I'm working with Dr. Dia Ayu Oktaviani, teaching staffs and researchers in the Laboratory of Veterinary Anatomic Pathology, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Universitas Brawijaya. And our lab is situated in Malang, East Java, Indonesia. And I would like to thank the organizing committees for being part of this 2021 GIVCS Symposium. And in line with GIVCS project, our studies explore more about neoplastic diseases in animals from various points of view. And I'm working with epidemiology and morphologic analysis of neoplastic disease in animal, whereas Dr. Dia more focused on IHC profiling and cancer therapy. My current project is collecting medical data and archival tissue samples of neoplastic case in animal from some animal health facility in Malang Raya for epidemiological and morphological study to find out any risk factors, pattern of disease, and disease proportion. And you may see in the basic workflow we implement to categorize every individual case according to several medical variables, such as patient signalement, hematologic data, and other ancillary test results. And this is our last 2020 project. We got some superficial masses of laboratory animals from some breeding centers to be processed. Then we correlate them with their history, breeding management aspects, and any information to deduce the potential risk factor that may affect the breeding efficiency. We are also working with several conservation bodies in Indonesia to collect masses from wild animals through either passive samplings or active screening. And this is the latest case we got from green sea turtle, which has masses growing up from its carapace. And there are also 3 koi fish with salamic mass, which are still a bit bizarre for us about its diagnosis. We still play with a list of IHC antibodies to specify the cell lines of them. And hopefully we can obtain more samples to gain a broader insight of neoplastic disease in wild animals and exotic species through broader collaboration with any institution interested in this project.
Hi everyone, my name is Dia Ayu Pratama, and I'm in one team with Dr. Andreas Bandang Hardian. And in this moment, I would like to continue the previous research activities already presented by Dr. Andreas. So in this project, we did a molecular profiling on local mammary cancer animal model. The development of mammary cancer model was done using the MBA induction. The MBA is polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon compound belonging to anthracene class that already known has a strong carcinogenic effect, especially in Sprague-Dawley rats or SG rats. The MBA is relatively safe and most commonly used in animal experiments to induce mammary or breast cancer. And the MBA induction was commonly done for oral, but in this research, we did injection subcutaneous intramammary. And the previous research that already done in 2020, the molecular profiling was done towards a specific mammary marker gen. They are HER2 and BRCA1 gene and protein. HER2, as we know, is a membrane tyrosine kinase and oncogen that is overexpressed and gene amplified in about 20% of breast cancer. And when it's activated, it will provide the cell with a potent proliferative and anti-apoptosis signals. And it is the major driver of tumor development and progression for this subset of breast cancer. And when shown to be overexpressed or amplified by appropriate methods, HER2 is valuable for a treatment target. So in this year, we also doing research to investigate the perspective of anti-carcinogenic agent from herbal source. And the other marker for mammary cancer that we also investigate are BRCA1, whereas BRCA1 is a human tumor suppressor gene, also known as a caretaker gene, and it is responsible for repairing DNA. Certain variation of BRCA gene has led to the increasing risk for mammary or breast cancer. And as previously I mentioned, that in this year we're doing investigation for some prospective anti-carcinogenic agent for herbal medicine. And in this research, we use a black soybean extract or glycine max elmer. It is a common bean cultivation and has been widely used as a nutritional rich food and also as a folk medicine in Asia for hundreds of years. We also know that in black soybean or glycine max elmer was contain a lot of antioxidant or anti-cancer compounds that also have an activity for anti-inflammatory and anti-proliferative activities, such as anthocyanidins and anthocyanin. So in this year, we want to investigate about the potency of that compound in order to suppress or maybe to prevent the development or the carcinogenesis process.
And that's the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay. Oh, thank you to Andreas and Dia for their presentations. There was the last presentation of the partners in this project. And I must say that I can stop sharing now. Those are the partners that are listed on the project because we had to have names on the project to have partners. But actually, there are other initiatives within the GIVCS group on veterinary cancer registration. I'm talking about the Vet-OncoNet led by Katia. Unfortunately, the University of Porto is not a UQ partner, so I couldn't list her name there. Or for example, the Registry of Tumors in Italy with Orlando Pacello. So Katia, do you want to talk very briefly about Vet-OncoNet so they know that they can approach you to get more information about that? Sorry if I caught you like surprise. You didn't know anything about that.
Yes, I can talk about Vet-OncoNet. It's my daily Dutch because I'm the main researcher of Vet-OncoNet. I have some colleagues here. Felisbina Queiroga is the board of Vet-OncoNet, and Isabel Pires also from Portugal. Nice to see you here. Vet-OncoNet born in 2019. It's funded by the School of Medicine and Biomedical Science of the University of Porto. It's like my dream because it's my postdoc project. And seeing this coming true is very, very great. Vet-OncoNet, it's a database. Now, in fact, it's a network. We want, like GIVCS, we want to get join everyone involved in animal cancer, like pathologists, clinicians, and the owners. So Vet-OncoNet is a three tripartite cancer database. We collect the data from pathologists, labs, from clinicians, and we will start to collect data from owners. I take the opportunity to congratulate Fernando. It's amazing what you are doing, and most what we are thinking here. And what you said, Chiara, we are working in the same goal, the same aim. It's amazing to have all this conversation, to change, to share the difficulties of this kind of project. I can say to you, it's very challenging in many ways. Okay, but when we saw the result, it's amazing what we can help in this fight of cancer. That's our goal, to help this fight. So Vet-ICD, if you want to know more, I didn't prepare a presentation, but you can go to the website vet-ICD.pt and see what we are doing, and also to sorry, we have here also to follow our results that we share in our website. Not advantage, but a future of the Vet-ICD, that every partner receive back all the data organizing in dashboards. So we are a common database that clean, treats, and classify the data. So thank you, Felizbina, Isabel, for being here. So I have Ana Filipa Castro, that's our collaborator, also here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chiara, again, for this opportunity to say more about Vet-ICD. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to be part of this amazing initiative in UK.
Yeah, I know, but you're still part of the family. I mean, I saw that there have been many discussions going on while I was while there were the presentations. I'm very happy to see that. There's one question, maybe Katia or Maria can answer that question from Vaktole Yadeta. Do you spread your work to Africa? So, I mean, maybe the question is that if people from Africa can join the initiative, or and they can get more involved.
Yes, we have one from Kenya. I don't know if he's here. No, but
yeah, I don't think so.
No. We are receiving several emails from people from Africa. Yes, they are all welcome. They need to join us, to discuss, to work together. Yes, it's open worldwide. And if you want to work with us, send us an email and join us. Kelvin is not here, no. Kelvin Monamil from Kenya is one of the GIVCS founders.
Yes, I would like to say too, to reinforce what Katia said, people from Africa are more than welcome to join, because we need to, we would like, of course, to help and to work together with them to know what's happening in Africa regarding animal cancers. It would be very interesting to join. What is so they must contact GIVCS, no, Katia? In
yes,
that email, you can share the email in the chat.
Yes, I'm writing right now. GIVCS.org. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, that's it. Everyone is welcome to this initiative. As I wrote in the chat, yet we are not an official association. We start as a group that we are fostering to do the standardization of the animal cancer surveillance. So we are growing very fast, and maybe shortly we will become an association with different statutes. I don't know if you want to say something, Malu, about this.
Yes, it is a possibility, of course. We have to discuss with everyone. But it is a strong possibility, like the association that exists for humans, right? The IACR. So this may be an idea, and like let's think together about this.
Yes, we can discuss about, because we are a child for now. Not a baby anymore, but we are a child, and we need to do a meeting only to discuss the future of this type of association, GIVCS. Great. Chiara?
Yes. So I know that we are running out of time, but that's okay. We have one last presentation, and that's two. Yes, two. Yeah, that's true. And there is one project that has been running since last year within the GIVCS. And Maria and Katia would talk about this project, that is the development and of the Veterinary International Classification of Disease for Oncology. So I may give I might just let you talk about this a bit more, because it's a very big project, and I'm sure you will be fabulous in talking about that. So yeah, it's all yours.
Thank you, Chiara. It's ours. Yes. It's not only my baby. Yes. I will share my screen. So, are you seeing? It's okay? Okay.
Yes.
So it's with a great honor and a great happiness. I'm very happy to present to all this project that is finishing, Vet-ICD, Veterinary International Classification of Disease for Oncology, and Oncology, okay? As you know, I'm Katia Pinella, I'm Vet Onconet researcher, I'm affiliated professor here in the University of Porto, and I was challenged by Malu in 2018, not 19, to conduct a GIVCS. So this is our baby, because in the first meeting in São Paulo in 2019, it was very discussed and highlighted the importance and need of a standardization coding system for animal tumors. I don't know if you saw the chat. Ricardo said that is the first thing. Also, we know that we have a lot of other things to be standardized, but we discussed in 2019 that the should be the first step for GIVCS, okay? This work in this challenge initiative. So what we discussed, that animal cancer surveillance, as we know, must be in a comparable way to humans. So ICDO is the International Classification Disease of Oncology for humans. So the decision was to use and to follow this ICDO. Okay? It's a classification of humans used worldwide. However, everyone knows who are working with animal cancer surveillance and try to use ICDO for classify veterinary neoplasms, feel that there is a lack of important veterinary entities. So that's the goal of the Vet-ICD, okay? Is to use ICDO. The more recently is the third edition, second revision, that's why it's called ICDO 3.2, and then to create Vet-ICD. But I can share with you that it was not so easy to decide this. It was a long way to set that you are working with Vet-ICD. So A group of great pathologists and epidemiologists that are here today. Thank you so much. I don't know if you want to open your camera. Experts experienced in cancer registry in comparative oncology, as you heard a few minutes ago. Devoted, committed, passionate, and a little bit crazy. Sorry, but we are very crazy. Me, Katia Pinello, Nisa Ribeiro, epidemiologist, coordinator of Vet-ICD. Maria Lúcia, as you know, from São Paulo. René Franco, Isabel Pires from Vet-ICD. Katia Steiger, Anna Overman from Switzerland. Orlando, I know that you are here. Thank you so much. Valeria and Orlando from Italy, and also Chiara Palmieri. So it's a group of amazing pathologists that accept this challenge. And we start on February of 2020 with weekly meetings. So we started thinking and discussing what's the best approach to do a coding system based on ICDO. Okay? So at the beginning of this year, we had the collaboration and the support from people from IARC. This is a huge step, and we are very happy to have them with us. It's Ariana Zanor. She's responsible for the coding system in IARC, the cancer surveillance branch. Ian Cree is the head of the classification from humans. I don't know, I'm sure that you know these people. They are very committed with ICDO. And Brian Hughes is the epidemiologist responsible for the coding. So they help us a lot, and their collaboration is amazing for us. Okay. This today, it will be, as Chiara said, an overview of this work. Okay, GIVCS is working on organized training course, because maybe when we saw Vet-ICDO, we think that it's easy to do the codes, but there is very features and characteristics that we need to pass for the pathologist in a larger training course. So I'm very pleased to present this work. Okay, I don't know if everyone knows about ICDO. As I said, it's the 3rd edition. They are working already on the 4th edition. This is a historical coding system. They started early 60s because they feel like us felt in 2019 that we need to codify to say the same language. Okay, every pathologist needs to report a case in the same way using a coding, as we were discussing in the chat. So in the 60s, they started with ICD, all disease together. Then the chapter of neoplasms become ICDO, and then they are working in this classification. Okay, they work with a topography code and a morphology code. Okay, this is from Valeria work. Sorry, I'm using your slides, Valeria. Thank you so much. The topography code in ICDO3 has 4 digits, starting with the letter C and then 2 numbers, okay, and then a point to the subsite of the origin of the tumor. Okay, and then the morphology is with the M in the letter M in the first, and then 4 numbers, slash, and 2 more numbers that I will explain. Topography range to C00 to C80. So we have groups of topographies. So in the morphology, start at 8,000 and goes to 9992/3 number. Okay, is divided in groups of histology types. Okay, this code is after the slash the behavior. and the grades. I will explain. The behavior can be benign, uncertainty, malignant, metastatic, and when the pathology doesn't know the source, that it's a primary or metastatic one, and the grade. So when we studied the ICDO, we started discussing how could be built a Vet-ICDO. So after our discussion, this is an example of the human cancer system. The final tumor is the topography, Palmieri, and then morphology, the behavior, the grades. Okay. Okay. Vet-ICDO. We discussed and decided that it should have the same structure as ICDO. We need to follow ICDO, is the best approach. Okay, to be used in veterinary cancer registry and for comparative studies. So we need to create a code and to say for pathologists and researchers worldwide, not only pathologists, if this code is the same, it's comparable to a human counterpart. Is this the same? Can I use this code and ask in human cancer registry the data from these codes? That's our point also in this Vet-ICDO. To create, as I said, new veterinary codes, because we know that there are entities missing in the ICDO, very important in our cancer registries. To delete those not existing in veterinary medicine, there is a lot of coding that we don't use. And after several discussions, we started with canine tumors. So we will divide. Vet-ICDO1 is for canine tumors, 2 feline and other species. So we have a lot of work to be done yet. So join us for the next species coding system. So we start with canine tumors. So how I will explain to you the main structure of Vet-ICDO. Okay. There is a list, the tumors by system. We started here, the list of tumors by system. So what we decided in our meeting is every pathologist were in charge with one system from these 12 systems, okay? And then they need to list every tumor using WHO domestic tumor structure or mutant, or in like another systems like central nervous system. I know that Anna is here. Thank you so much for your effort in this system. It was very difficult to build this system, okay? They are using a new classification from the neuropathologists agreement. So you will very soon see the Excel table that we have prepared. So we started here the Vet-ICDO codes, okay, the morphology, here's the morphology, the veterinary terms divided into the 12 organ systems, divided from epithelial tumors, benign, malignant, following the WHO structure, okay? Then we put the first column is the ICDO 3.2 code, okay? That's for comparative studies. So an example here, squamous papilloma will receive the same code in Vet-ICDO as ICDO, okay? But there are some entities that are not comparable, so receive a none here for comparative studies, okay? And also we try to list all preferred terms and synonyms that are being used for pathologists to facilitate the cancer registry when get the pathologist reports, okay? That's the first part of Vet-ICDO, list of tumors by systems. We have 12, as I said. The second list is the list per morphology group, like ICDO. We have all these groups, and inside this group, example 801 to 1804 is epithelial neoplasms. So we have several entities here inside this group. So we follow the same structure. We inserted the veterinary ones and delete those who veterinary doesn't use. Okay. So, and the third list is a list of topography. Also, we follow the ICDO structure, following the same topography list since 0 to 80, as you are seeing here. So we have 80 topography items. As you know here, as you saw in the first slide, here is the main topography. Then when you have 0.1, we have the sub-items of this topography. Okay. So how we decided to create new codes? Okay, so when we were building the organ systems, we were creating also the new codes. And how we managed this problem? After several meetings, discussion, we decided the code must be easily distinguishable from the existing human codes. So the topography codes created have a second digit after the dot. So this is the ICDO code with 2 numbers, dot and a number for the subsite, okay? And the veterinary code has 1 digit more, okay? So we know if you have 4 numbers, that is a new veterinary code, okay? For morphology codes, we followed the same rules, okay? Adding a dot and a digit after position 4, okay? We have 4 numbers here, and for new veterinary codes, we added a dot and a new number inside the same histological group and following the same entity, okay? I will show you some examples here. This is the issues that we faced during this work, the main ones, okay? And the action that Vet-ICDO followed. Entities occurring both humans and dogs with similar histological features. I can say that is the 8% of the codes is very similar, right? The codes are retained in the Vet-ICDO. Entities not occurring in the dogs are excluded. Entities occurring only in dogs, a new code was created, as I said. Entities showing a different behavior in dogs compared to humans. An example, if the humans, for humans, the entity is malignant and veterinary is not malignant, it's benign, we changed the number after slash, okay? The similar human and canine entities with different preferred terms, okay? We changed the preferred terms and put the one that is most used in veterinary, okay, medicine. And entities occurring in both humans and dogs, but lacking specific codes. So we decided to add more subtypes, applying in dogs, okay? So new codes were created. That's the main body of the Vet-ICDO. Here is the behavior codes. In human, they use 0, as I said, for benign, /1 for uncertainty, /2 for in situ, carcinoma, intraepithelial, non-infiltrative, or non-invasive. /3 is for malignant, /6 is for metastatic tumor, and /9, as I said, with uncertain if primary or metastatic. I want to share with you, because I don't know if you are aware of human cancer registry, but human cancer registry do not use /6 and /9, okay? They use the pathologist report use, but this information goes with the primary coding system. But for veterinary approach for cancer surveillance, we are proposing to use all the slashes and to register each tumor, not for patients, because we know the challenge to have an ID for a patient. So we suggest our approach is to register a tumor, not a patient. So that's the reason to choose to continue using /6. Okay, so the result is, as I said, the 1800, more than 1800 codes. We have 112 new veterinary codes created, 83 synonyms, and 198 almost 200 related terms. Okay. How Vet-ICD will be allowed, will be published in a topography list, a morphology list, and 12 lists from each organ system. Okay. What I want to share with you that it will be released very soon. Today was only to present you the result of this work. So if you are working with the classification, the coding system, wait a little bit more, a few weeks. I'm very sure about this, that will be released very soon. It will be free, of course. And GIVCS will provide a training course to use this coding system. Okay? So I would love very to congratulations to the entire group. This is amazing, a great teamwork. We had a lot of work. We discussed a lot, and I would love to thank you, all of you involved in this work. It's really amazing to see the Vet-ICD almost finished. I'm not sure if my time is okay. If you,
we are late anyway, so that's okay.
Why I go a little bit fast, but as we said, okay. This is the first presentation of Vet-ICD. We will organize another day or 2 days, no, Chiara?
Yes.
With each pathologist, a couple of pathologists involved in each system to help you through this Vet-ICD. Thank you so much for involved. Renee, I'm seeing Renee, Katia Steiger, thanks so much. Malu, Chiara, you are amazing. Franco, I'm trying to read here. Anna Overman, Valeria, thank you, Valeria. I know that you are here. Orlando, because I was very annoying, I know. But thank you so much. The result is here. Okay. Thank you so much for all of you. I don't know if you have questions. I'm now seeing the chat. Thank you so much. Cecilia is here. Yes.
So is there any questions or comments for Katia? Yes, there is a question from Ricardo.
Ricardo Magalhães. I can say his name.
Do you read the question? Do you want me to read it? So Ricardo is asking, how did ICDO roll out their coding system? Did they work with database management systems to have them embedded into the drown menus?
If I understood, they use the HAG5 software. Okay, that's an issue that we discuss. Yes, drop down menus. They have a software built only for the registration worldwide. Okay, everyone use this HAG5. It's a software allowed by the YAR. It's free. Everyone can use this software, but the reality of veterinary, I don't know if what you asked, but we are not using a software. Our reality is very different from human. So that we create new codes, and the approach is the same, but we are not using a software, not right now in the beginning. So they have draw menus. We have done all the work in Excel files. it's good, it's enough, because it's not a large database. So it's your questions, Ricardo. Ricardo, you are.
I'll open the mic. Hi, Katja. No, the question is really how the human side did it, and if they do have this software, did they work with the database management systems to have the software embedded? Because that's an opportunity, obviously, and I think, you know, looking at the veterinary context, the different clinics, they use different, you know, management systems. At least from the Australian example, there's dozens, but I guess from the pathology labs would
you are cutting. You are.
We lost you. Lost you. But
how about now? Better? No.
Yeah.
I know what you are saying, Ricardo. The approach of human cancer registry is very different, because they receive information from the clinicians, pathologists. They have cancer registry. They have staff for this. It's huge, you know. And then receive, treat, and the cancer is registered. Okay. So they have all the information that we don't have yet. Maybe in few years we can do this approach, but now we have a pathology-based cancer registry. Okay, we don't have all the information of a patient together. It's the approach of veterinary reality. So that's the main difference from human. Okay, we will receive in a cancer registry. I'm saying from Vet-ICD experience. Okay, it's for now I can't cross the information from clinicians, pathologists, and owners for now. Maybe when the dog has one ID, as human has, because in cancer registry they match all the information by the ID. So it's a little bit easier to do this. So I don't know if your concern was this one.
It's okay. I think my line is not too good to have the conversation. Yeah. The thing is, working with the database management.
No, we lost again.
No, never mind.
I lost. I don't know if someone hear what they said, what he said. You can write.
Even Australia is difficult.
Ricardo, you can write. It's easier. So.
Yes.
I think what he also was pointing at a little bit is that so there in human medicine there are several interfaces dealing with the different clinical information system. And so, but I think this will be second, third step, something after we have started and we have implemented the beginning. Then this would be really great to have interfaces to the veterinary. I don't know how it's called there. It's called LIMS in the German clinical world. So laboratory information system. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's the second step of GIVCS, yes, or our group. It's not only GIVCS, no? To have all the data and to create animal cancer registries. Okay, that's a huge interface. It's not only pathology-based reports. Okay, as human have in all countries. Yeah.
But also in human medicine, this was a growing system. Yeah. So, and we have to start and then it will grow.
Yes. I think we did a great job in this. Vet-ICD is the first step, but we have a lot of work to be done, as I said. We have the feline, we have to standardize other things like immunohistochemistry, as Ricardo wrote, and we have a lot of things. We are starting like human did in early 60s.
Yeah, and it would be great to have more people joining, though, that we could maybe create working groups on different issues. Yeah, so that not everybody has to focus on one, like canine classification or coding.
Yes. Yes, we need now to create, maybe in the next GIVCS meeting, to create new groups with a different approach to discuss feline and horses, equine tumors in horses. Yes, we discuss a lot about this. And the epidemiologists, we have a great work to do also with the pathologists. And the clinicians also. We have a lot of clinicians here. So we have to do a great group. More questions? No?
There are no questions in the chat box.
No.
But I think that Katja would be happy to answer any questions that you may have, even by email.
Yes, I'm very available. You can, I will write my email here.
Yes. So
what I ask you is to wait, because in few weeks the Vet-ICD will be released, and you will be able to see and to work with our work.
Okay, and then there is time for one more thing today. And it's still Katja in charge. Katja, I think.
Sorry, I didn't listen to you.
Are you in charge of the last thing to do?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
okay.
in charge, yeah.
So keep going, and
we'll
be in a meeting soon. But yes, Katja, it's a very important, the last point too.
Yes, I don't know if everybody knows. We launched in July a logo contest, because GIVCS does not have a logo. So we need a mark for this initiative. So we did this logo contest and we received some logos. So I will share with you the winner of this logo contest. Okay? Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. So, no. Yes, you can see the name. Yes. So the winner of this logo contest, design contest, will receive a free registration of workshop or training course in the initiative from Chiara, the University of Queensland. Yes. And a free registration from the next Congress of Agrovets. Yes, Malu? Chiara is the in charge for this, and Malu, Maria Lucia, is in charge for the Congress of Agrovets. So the winner is Tambors. What's the name in English? Yes, thank you, Renee. The winner is Simon Castillo. Castillo, I don't know the name is correct. Simon, are you there? Are you here? Yes, Simon.
Yeah.
Hello, Simon. This is your logo.
Yep, that's one.
Enjoy it. We discussed it, and you are the winner. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your participation.
Great, thank you.
Are you from UK?
No, I am from Chile.
Chile. Great.
Congratulations, very nice logo.
Great.
I enjoyed very much with all the animal species there, even kangaroos. So nice.
So I will send you an email with this that you won a workshop in the Queensland University and the Agrovets initiative. Okay.
Right.
Thank you for being part. Congratulations for this design. Thank you so much. So
Can I say
that's
something?
it. Yes, of course, Fernando.
Simone,
Right.
congratulations. What a surprise for having a Chilean winner. And of course, you're welcome to join the EPICAT and all the work from our university in the Catholic University. So approach us, email me, and if you're interested, let's move on.
Great.
Shall we take a picture of all of us?
Yes.
Congratulations, Simon. Ask for a fellowship for Fernando right now. Take the opportunity. Okay. Let's take a picture. I ask you to open your videos, your cameras.
Katia, will you take the picture?
Just wait to everyone open. Yeah, you take or I? You? Me? Okay. Let's go. Marcelo Mendes, Felipe César, Cecília Amaral. Let's go. Vânia? Hi, Cecília. Vânia? Felipe César again. Sara Soto. Afi Andadari. Are you there? Honjus. Daya. Helena. Vidya Kartika. I don't know how to spell correctly. Amira. Emma Nichols. Hi, Emma. I need to know you in person here. Olaulu. Nifta. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Cheese. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Okay. Just a moment. Let me see. Okay, it's great. Okay.
O Marcelo
Done.
tá aí. Cristina também, Tiziana lá. Muito bom vê-los.
No, I don't have it. Okay, again, please. Thank you. Sarah, it's with a child. Great to see this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to combine both things and it's not so successful. I'm very sorry.
My child are locked here under the table. No, it's not. No, it's not true. Thank you so much. I don't know, Chiara. I think it's up to you now.
So I'm just leaving you, Katia and Maria, just to close everything.
Me and Maria and I?
Yes.
I think it's up to you, Chiara. You did a great
No,
job
that's
with
okay.
this. I don't know. We have questions, comments, suggestions. Hi, Marcelo. I see you now. Oh, Vamana, oh, Vamana. Yeah. Comment? No one to talk. It's Saturday. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Maria, Maria and Katia, I'm just one thing to say. I just want to thank everyone for being here today, this morning, this afternoon, night, whatever, and to be interested in what we are doing. And I want to thank all the contributors and people who have been today presenting their work, or Franco and Andreas and Ja, who sent their presentations. And that's from me.
So, me and after Maria Nagli. So I would love to thank you all. This, especially this group of the classification, again and again, because it was huge. It was huge. Thank you so much. I ask you, all of you that want to be part of this, email me GIVCS or my email, Katia Pinello, okay? We are organizing, again, the training courses and other meetings, and I'm happy to see GIVCS growing faster and faster. Thank you so much for being part of this very challenging mission. Thank you so much. Malu?
Yes, Katia, thank you. Just the final words. This is a very happy day for me. It is a dream coming true, I think. No, it's so many new things and good achievements with the GIVCS, with the Vet-OnConnect. And I'm very happy, really, indeed, to see this all. So I'd like to thank you all for being here. In special, I'd like to thank Chiara for organizing this with the University of Queensland, and Katia for hosting the GIVCS and doing everything and doing all this job for a good purpose to develop this veterinary cancer epidemiology all over the world. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon, in other meetings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malu. Thank you, Chiara.
Bye.
Have a nice
Congratulations,
weekend.
Chiara. Bye-bye to all.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.